Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and I am super psyched today because today is the day that we finally get to take a look at the newest addition to the Eofauna line, and it is their Deinotherium. I purchased this bad boy from Dan's Dinosaurs, who shipped it to me incredibly fast. An awesome website. I continuously will plug Dan's Dinosaurs until the day I die, so make sure you check out their website, and if you are intending on picking up this figure, make sure that you head over there and buy it right now because it is actually in stock. They got it really quickly, so it will ship out to you and get to you in your hands in no time. But as I said, this is the newest Eofauna figure, the first of two. The next would be the Atlasaurus, but the very first one here is the Deinotherium, and I was very, very excited about this. I love Deinotherium, and I was very excited about Eofauna making one just because of how much time and effort goes into their sculpts, but also how incredibly accurate and correct the sculpts of their figures truly are. This line is shaping up to be one of the best of all time, that is for sure. They are producing some beautiful figures. Of course, so far we've had the steppe mammoth, the Giganotosaurus, and the short-tusked elephant, so this would be the fourth in the line, and it is easily just as beautiful as all the others that we've had so far. At first glance, it honestly looks amazing. I literally just pulled it out of the package, put it up here to review for you guys, so I really haven't even had a chance to look over it or anything yet, but I am really quite blown away by its overall beauty. Immediately, straight away, it is just fantastic looking. Everything as far as the sculpt looks to be great. Really, really reminds me of modern day elephants, the way that they've sculpted out the body and the way the body appears. It kind of looks like it has like saggy skin and everything like you see on an elephant, which is probably exactly what you would see on a Deinotherium. So as usual, Eofauna is just impressing me to the max like they always do. This figure looks awesome, so I can't wait anymore to get a closer look. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So starting up here at the head sculpt, you can see that the skin texture overall is really, really nice looking, and they've done a beautiful dry brushing with a light gray over top of the sculpt, and that really helps to bring out the detail of the sculpt really quite nicely. You can definitely get an idea of how beautiful of a job they've done overall on the skin texture thanks to that dry brushing. Definitely really brings that out quite beautifully. You can also see that the skull shape is really nicely elaborated throughout the sculpt of the head area in general. Just look at the detailing around the eye. You can really get a sense of the eye socket right there throughout the eye area. That's incredible sculpt work, honestly. And you can really see lots of creases and flexing of the skin and everything all throughout, depending on the movement and the area of the head sculpt. Really fantastic. It's also been kind of given a very nice dark wash to help bring out the detail along with that beautiful dry brushing that they've done up here on pretty much the entire body actually. But you can really see it and take notice to it quite nicely on the trunk as it extends out. You can really get an idea of all the wrinkles and the skin folds and everything that come out here, the creases in the skin texture as the trunk curves back here, and you can see inside is painted with a nice darkish coloration, and it also has kind of a gloss in there, which is really cool. That's something that you could potentially see on a real living Deinotherium. The eye is painted perfectly. My camera would focus on it a little bit there. You can see it a little bit there. It really is beautifully painted. There is not even an ounce of sloppiness in that eye or on this side, and it's also nicely glossed as well, giving it a very realistic appearance. Definitely looks extremely real. If you look inside the mouth, you can see that the mouth is painted with a nice realistic like peach type color. Definitely the type of coloration you would expect to see inside the mouth of an animal like this. And you can also see the teeth are sculpted out and painted back there, which is incredible to be able to get all the way back there and paint those teeth and just in general include them in here. Such amazing realism with these Eofauna figures, and it shines through just looking here at the inside of the mouth. You can also see that the tongue is in there, and it kind of has like a little bit of difference in the coloration, a little variation, kind of making like the inside of the mouth look dirty. And that's probably something that you're going to see on an animal like this. I don't think you're going to see a really nicely brushed, clean-looking mouth, and you can definitely see that is not the case here with this Deinotherium, and that's beautifully shown here throughout the Eofauna figure. As you get down here, you can see the tusks. They are really nicely sculpted and painted with an ivory type of a color. And then again, of course, that's exactly what you would expect to see, but you also have like a grayish type of a coloration that's kind of been brushed over it a little bit, maybe dry brushed on there, giving it a little bit of color difference, but also kind of making them look like they're dirty, because again, the animal isn't going to be perfectly clean. The ears are really nicely sculpted. You can definitely see that nice dark wash that's been included in here to shine through the detail of the ear, and the movement of the ears is really quite brilliantly brought to life here throughout the sculpt, honestly on both sides. Really nicely sculpted ears, and you can see they're in almost the same position, but they're just ever so slightly different. As you start to come back into the neck, you can see lots of creases in the skin of the neck, and again those areas with the nice dry brushing and the dark wash. Really nice looking. Really helps to show you just how beautiful the skin texture is. You can definitely see the neck tensing up. It's also stretching its neck out a bit. It's really nicely sculpted there, and that dark wash has brought out the detail quite beautifully when it comes to that brownish coloration and then the dark wash. They mix so well. Looks really realistic also. Then as you get back here into the shoulder area, you can sort of make out the shoulder, but not too much. You get down here into the leg, and you can definitely really see like a sense of the bone structure, the overall bone shape of the front leg here, but you can also kind of see like right in this area, there's like that saggy type of a skin that you would expect to see on an elephant. And I think that was such a beautiful touch on the part of Eofauna, really making this look very similar to modern day elephants. And I think that is exactly what you would see on a Deinotherium, so it's really realistic in my opinion to have it appear that way. As you get down here, you can see the elbow is really nicely sculpted there. You can also see some skin wrinkling, some skin folding here in the joint area of the front of the leg. The wrists are nicely sculpted out here, and the feet look fantastic. Beautifully painted nails, again no sloppiness at all anywhere. Really nice looking there also. You can also kind of see this leg pushing into the skin, bunching the skin up quite a bit there. Very nice skin wrinkling and everything. We continue with that beautiful skin texture all over. You can really see the animals very nicely fed, nice and beefy. You can get a sense of the hip bone here as well, but it's not overly protruding from the skin or anything due to the fact that the animal is really well fed. Definitely a larger animal. You can see that the skin texture looks fantastic as you lead down the rear leg. You've also got the beautifully sculpted feet and really nicely painted nails here on the rear foot. As we lead back up here into the rear of the animal, you can see that this tail has some nice creases as we lead down into the tip of the tail, and then there's like a little tuft of black hair here at the end of the tail, black fur. You can really take note to just how much detail is in the rear of the animal as well. Lots of skin folding and wrinkling, really showing the animal and the movement that it is currently portraying. As we look at this side, you can again see how nicely tensed up the neck is. That is so incredibly well sculpted out there in the neck region. And then we move back here into this front leg, and you can see the shoulder blade protruding quite nicely from the skin. And this is something that I definitely think is really cool, because this leg is down all the way. It's really putting a lot of pressure on the body overall. It's pretty much holding the entire front of the body up, because this leg is lifting up currently to take another step. So because of that, you can really see the muscles tensing and everything here in the leg, and also because it's putting so much pressure on this leg, you can see the shoulder blade protruding really beautifully upward out of the skin because of so much force going on in this leg. You don't see that over here because this leg is relaxed, it's lifting up, but you can really get a sense of the movement over here with the animal putting so much pressure, so much weight on that leg. It is really making the shoulder and the muscles and everything really nicely shine through, and that is an incredibly realistic detail added by Eofauna. Absolutely amazing attention to detail when I see things like that. You can also see the elbow really nicely sculpted out on this side as well. You can take note of it quite a bit better over here as well, due to there being kind of that tensing of the leg due to it putting all the weight on there. Really nice, beautiful attention to detail there also. Lots of really nice skin wrinkling and saggy skin here in the stomach. You can really see the skin stretching here as this leg is pulling back. That looks absolutely incredible, incredibly realistic, honestly. And then again, the really nice skin texture all over. You can pick up on the hip bone there. You can also see the spinal column run down the length of the animal. And overall, it looks amazing. You've got this beautiful rear leg, beautifully painted nails there as well. The underside, if I can get that out of the way, sports some really nice sculpt and detail. Again, some saggy skin. You've got the genitalia there showing that it is in fact a male, and it's painted with a nice brownish coloration with a nice dark wash. Brings that detail out so incredibly well. So this Deinotherium is just absolutely off the charts amazing. As far as realism in your sculpt, honestly, I don't think you'll find anybody out there that does a better job than Eofauna when it comes to making sure that every little ounce of detail that you would expect to see is included in their figures, and man, is it brilliantly shown in each continuous sculpt. This is unbelievable to me. You also, of course, get a little tag here that does say Eofauna and what the species is, and that it is in 1/35th scale. And then you've got this very cool card here with some really nice artwork of the Deinotherium there, along with another Deinotherium in the background. And then you've got kind of a size comparison with a human being and some stats there of the animal, some information, along with the Eofauna logo on the back. I love the addition of this stuff. Really cool that they add that in with the overall set. As far as the size goes, for a length from the tusk here to the tail, you're looking at about 8 inches or around 20.5 centimeters. And for a height, about 5 inches here in the head area. Oh yeah, all the way out to the trunk. And then if we go to the hip area, you're looking at about 4.5 inches or around 11 centimeters. And about 12, maybe 12.5 centimeters for the head. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, and you can see next to him that this Eofauna Deinotherium is definitely quite the large figure. It's got some significant weight to it as well, which helps to balance it out quite nicely, which is something that honestly, even though we're doing a size comparison, honestly that's pretty impressive because it's almost got 2 legs almost up in the air there, and it really beautifully balances. Eofauna does a fantastic job continuously, not just on the sculpts and paint, but also on balancing out their figures, as I have yet to have a problem with any of them when it comes to that department. But you can see next to the Papo Rex here that it is definitely a sizable figure. I've also brought in a jumping Mattel Velociraptor and Robert Muldoon here to display next to this Eofauna Deinotherium in an attempt to give you an idea of the size. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of my Eofauna figures here. I actually went around searching this morning, trying to see if maybe I had left one behind that I didn't put into storage, but unfortunately they are all in storage, and my storage area is currently a bit of a disaster as they're doing work there, so I was unable to acquire any of the figures out of there, as my collection is actually back behind stuff, and I just can't reach it. So hopefully these size comparisons will be good enough for you guys to not see with the other Eofauna figures, but I think that as far as the Deinotherium goes, it's very similar in size to both the steppe mammoth and straight-tusked elephant, maybe a little smaller, but not by too much. So this Eofauna Deinotherium is just absolutely off the charts amazing to me. Every little single area that you would expect to find the detailing, like the flexing of the legs and saggy skin and skin stretching and just muscles tensing, it is all so unbelievably and beautifully shown in the sculpt of this Deinotherium. They continuously just blow me away. Every single release that Eofauna ends up putting out, I am just continuously amazed, and that is definitely no different with this Deinotherium, and I am super psyched that Eofauna took a shot at a Deinotherium because it's one of my favorite prehistoric mammals for sure. They're just so cool looking and so interesting looking. They look so similar to modern day elephants but have such an alien-like appearance to them that I've always been kind of drawn to this species. So I was so psyched to find out Eofauna was bringing one out and giving us a figure of it, and honestly has exceeded my expectations as far as how nice it is. Just the sheer attention to the very minute detailing has me just absolutely amazed overall. The paint application is also incredibly well done. I think that they've done a beautiful job portraying this just like it probably would have looked, with really nice dry brushing and dark washes and everything, bringing the detail out and the skin texture out so beautifully. Everything is just honestly applied as far as the coloration to perfection. It is just absolutely fantastic looking in person, that is definitely for sure. There is no sloppiness anywhere either. Both eyes are painted perfectly. All the nails appear to be painted perfectly. Everything is just fantastic on this figure. And I also love how similar they've made the overall body look to modern day elephants, kind of with the saggy skin and everything. It is honestly just so beautiful. I cannot get over how nice this Deinotherium is. So if you want to pick this guy up, and trust me, if you are a fan of Deinotherium or Eofauna, you definitely want to do just that. Make sure you head over to Dan's Dinosaurs, where I had purchased mine. I honestly ordered it and it was at my doorstep within 2 days. That's how quick Dan's Dinosaurs works when it comes to shipping their products. They take a lot of pride in their store and their customer service, so make sure that you go head over there, order this figure, and in fact, while you're there, make sure you tell them that Andy sent you to pick this guy up, because it's always a great feeling to find out that my reviews work and my reviews actually persuade you guys to buy these figures. So make sure you head over to Dan's Dinosaurs. I will include a link in the description for you to do just that. Go over there, buy this unbelievable Eofauna Deinotherium. But before you do that, don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.